title. Robin Maitland from Ludlow made the musical Gate, and it had its world premiere at a percussion workshop. And Joe Garvin went along to hear it.
This has been a global first for the proper gate, that musical instrument you've just heard. And hopefully every school, every blind college, every sensory garden in the country will now need one of these magnificent musical gates.
How did you tune it?
Well, it was done fairly scientifically. All the tubes you see on here, there are 36 on the gate. They were all cut to within supposedly 1/10 of a millimetre, and I was given a special chart by a musician, although the fellow Brian who's been playing it today tells me I could have put some more useful notes on them, on the instrument.
More useful notes? There seem to be quite a few on it already.
Yeah, well, there are quite a few there, but they're not those that you would normally find in a line from left to right on a piano, which would mean that every child could play it. They did fit on the gate to make it dog-proof and child-proof and keep the animals in or out. So,
I suppose that was its original intention, wasn't it?
It serves two purposes. I think it's probably the only musical instrument in the world that will keep livestock in the field.
I'm Brian Stone, percussion teacher in Shropshire County. Today we're having a percussion picnic, and the children, about 20 children, come along to play in percussion ensemble, and also in the afternoon they're playing with a pop band that you can hear just in the strains in the background. They will come up and get a chance to play with a live band, which is not something that 10 or 12-year-olds often get a chance to do. We thought we'd also include Robin Maitland's musical Gate, and being as we had the pop group here and they were willing to play along with it, and so that's what we've done.
Now, I saw you playing the Gate. How difficult was it?
It was a bit awkward, actually, because the notes are very well spaced out, and there's not many notes, there's not a huge selection of notes on them, but and I probably should have practiced it more. but in actual fact, it worked quite nicely, I thought.
How did you manage to get hold of Robin and the Gate?
Well, Robin phoned me just out of the blue, actually, and it seemed like a really wacky thing to do. I sometimes get involved in wacky things, and this seemed like a gem, really. I think this must be the wackiest thing I think I've ever done. So yes, it seemed like an opportunity not to be missed.
It sounded very good, actually.
Oh, right. Well, I was very surprised how well Robin's made the Gate, in as much as, from my point of view as a musician, it's actually in tune. Well, more or less. I mean, it's really, one would expect, like if people make a xylophone or they make a musical instrument, it's actually badly out of tune or completely out of tune in the, a semitone flat or something. And then it would make it very difficult for us to do what we've just done. But actually, that Gate's pretty well in tune, so I'm quite pleased about that, yeah.
You're going to order one for your garden, then?
Probably. Yes, I think I might.
Robin Maitland and Brian Stone with the amazing musical Gate, which saw its debut at Welshampton, the Welshampton Village Hall yesterday. BBC Radio Shropshire coming up after the news, how you can save money as the credit crunch takes hold, and why the bells are attracting people the world over to Shropshire.